Yo, what's going on, guys, man? Welcome back. Today I'm bringing you the video that you've all been asking for, and that is how I got Orion camo in 3 days. You what? Now I know the 3 days might be quite shocking to a lot of you guys, but don't worry, I'll get into it all. So for me finally bringing this video out, revealing all of my secrets in terms of the camo grind, drop a like on the video, man. I need 1,000 likes on this video right now. So if you're watching and it helps you out, drop a like. If you are new around here, of course, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of the content. Join the gang. Also, if you have any other tips about how to get camos quickly, maybe from your experience or from what you've seen, leave it in the comments, because I'm sure that will help other people. Maybe I missed it out in this video and it will help other people coming across this video for them to get the camos as fast as possible as well, man. So leave all your suggestions in the comments. First of all, let me address the 3-day thing, because I know a lot of people will be confused by that. But if you guys don't know, there's no combat records in Modern Warfare 2 right now. However, there is a way to see a few stats from your account, and one of those being your time played. I'll leave a link in the description where you guys can see that. So I checked it after I got the Orion camo, and it was sitting around 3 days and 14 hours, which is crazy already, by the way. But on this camo grind, I was also recording regular videos with normal weapons that I already had gold on, not just the camo grind. So realistically, the time played on my account strictly going for camos was around 3 days, maybe less, which is, from what I've seen, the fastest that anyone's actually managed to get the Orion camo, or at least the most efficient. Of course, people had the camo before me, but in terms of time played, mine's the fastest I've seen. So today I'm going to be letting you guys know how I managed to do that. First step, and this will help a lot of you guys out that are completely on the grind for these camos, I want to give a huge shout out to Gamer Advantage. So basically, these guys sent me over some blue light glasses, and if you guys don't know what they are, first of all, I don't wear glasses, but basically what blue light glasses help do is reduce the amount of blue light you're taking in from your monitors, from your screen. So especially when you're on long playing sessions, like of course the camo grind, or even, you know, Warzone 2 is releasing very soon, you're taking in a lot of blue light from your screens, and it can cause a lot of headache. It can make you struggle to sleep at night as well. And wearing these glasses, hold on, let me put them on for you guys. And wearing these glasses really helps me out, because I was struggling a lot with headaches and sleeping at night, and these made it so much easier. So I teamed up with them, and you guys can use my code Bradders on their website, which is linked in the description, to go check out and cop these glasses. Your health is very important on this grind, and that's why I had to start off with this. But without further ado, let's get into the actual tips in order to get the Orion camo as fast as possible. So of course, a large portion of the grind is leveling up your guns, and I think this is a very popular topic in Modern Warfare 2 right now, which is, bro, how do you level them up as fast as possible? I know a lot of you guys don't have access to double weapon XP, and I didn't too, by the way. That 2-3 days that I'm talking about was without double weapon XP all the way up until the end. There are a bunch of ways going around on YouTube right now claiming to be the fastest way to rank up your guns. Now, first of all, let's get them into groups, because the assault rifles, battle rifles, SMGs, shotguns, LMGs, you know, marksman rifles, snipers, they're all kind of in the same group, even pistols as well, because you can kind of repeat the same method over and over again for all of those. There's no specific technique needed. Now, there's a bunch of different options for this. There's invasion, killing, you know, as many people as you can, and of course killing the bots, which add towards your weapon XP too. That was initially the fan favorite method, just because it felt really easy to kill a bunch of bots, and it felt like you was ranking your weapon up so quick. That's what I did for the majority of my weapons early on, and then I found a different method. Now, a lot of people are running around on quick play, whether it's kill confirmed, hard point, throwing a bunch of decoys, because what a lot of people don't know is that just general objective points when you have your weapon out go towards your weapon XP. So it's not just strictly kills like we've seen in previous Call of Duties. You can do other things whilst having that weapon out that will go towards ranking your weapon up, which is why a lot of people are putting on 2 decoys, throwing them as soon as they spawn, so that anyone that gets a kill, maybe around your decoy or anything like that, it will count towards your weapon XP. Another method is hopping into special ops. I've seen a lot of people doing that. There's methods where, you know, you can go in with a friend, they keep going down, and you keep reviving them, and that goes towards your weapon XP. There's certain spawn traps that you can do with the bots that go towards your weapon XP as well. All of those are cool. If you don't have double weapon XP though, I would assume the fastest way is just going into quick play, going into an objective game mode, and this is what I did. I was hopping into kill confirmed, killing people, picking up their tags, which goes towards my weapon XP. I wasn't really throwing too many decoys, which I probably should have, but mainly I was just slaying out as much as possible on kill confirmed, picking up the tags afterwards, and my weapons were ranking up decently quick. If you get a lot of kills, you'll notice your weapon ranking up very quick on that game mode, 100%, and the games are a lot faster than they are on invasion. So if you have a really good game on kill confirmed, you know, you'll be way more efficient in comparison to playing a whole invasion game that might not really be going your way. I would prefer to play kill confirmed, pick picking up their tags, and that's exactly what I did, and that's what I did for the majority of weapons. Like I said, you can use this method as well as the other methods that I mentioned for the majority of weapons in the game. It's all really just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. In terms of the snipers, what I would suggest is throwing on a smaller scope, maybe a VLK scope, and that might make it a little bit easier for you guys to slay out a little bit more on these game modes. I know the actual sniper scope itself on these snipers will make it feel a little bit slower for you and make you feel like you have to play slower, which means you'll get less kills, meaning you'll get less weapon XP per game. I would try my hardest, you know, at least when I was doing it, to make these snipers as mobile as possible, just so I felt more comfortable rushing around the map, you know, getting quick scope kills, getting as many kills as I could in the game, so that I was still ranking them up as fast as possible. Where this leveling up gets tricky, and I think this is where a lot of people are searching up methods on ranking weapons up, is when it gets to the melees, you know, the riot shield, combat knife, and also the launchers. The launchers are where a lot of people struggle, and realistically, yes, it's a little bit more tedious than the other normal weapons, but it's not that difficult at all. So when it comes to the melee weapons, let's start off with the riot shield and the combat knife. What I did is I played kill confirm. Bear in mind, you don't have to get the launcher and the melee weapons to max level. You just have to unlock that base camo challenge, which is, I believe, at level 11. So that's not too many levels that you have to run through in order to start doing the challenges. With the melee weapons, you want to throw on a couple perks that will help you out, such as tracker. Tracker is very important, so you can see the footsteps of the enemy wherever they're running, the direction that they're going. That helps you chase people and get some easy kills. I would also suggest using dead silence. That helps you sneak up on people, get some easy kills as well. You want to throw on the perk that gives you double equipment, so you want to run double stuns. I guess, you know, using the decoy grenades can help you out in terms of, you know, getting weapon XP, but also if you want to speed up the process of getting kills, or at least make kills easy for yourself, I would use stuns instead. And all you do for these is, I would suggest playing hardpoint. Honestly, hardpoint allows you to know exactly where enemies are, because for the most part, everyone is running to the hill, and especially if they're on the hill, bro, you can just double stun that and just sneak up on them and just get everyone. Legit, there's so many feeds that I managed to get from playing hardpoint because everyone is just sat on the hardpoint. If you can get like a sneaky flank with dead silence, you can just get so many easy kills. That's probably the best method for the melee weapons in terms of ranking them up. And again, for the launchers, I would again suggest playing hardpoint. If you're going for the kills approach, you go on hardpoint, fire the launcher at the hardpoint when they're on it. Easy kills, of course. Probably the biggest tip I could let you guys know about when it comes to the launchers is don't rely on firing the launcher. As soon as you run out of ammo with the launcher, punch people. Bro, it's so easy to punch people in this game. You can get off 2 punches, which kills people insanely quick. So what I was doing for the majority of my time with the launchers, ranking them up, was simply punching them. Bro, it's that simple. Just throw a couple stuns at people. Again, if you don't know the spawns too well, stick to hardpoint because you know precisely where everyone is trying to get to. Throw a couple stuns, they're clueless. You can fire your launcher, get maybe a couple kills, hopefully. But if not, just rely on your stuns and punch them. With dead silence, get behind them, punch them. It's that simple. I think a lot of people overcomplicated these launchers in terms of, yo, how am I supposed to rank these up when, you know, I'm getting hit markers, firing them, when, you know, the javelin is there, the joker. It's not easy to fire the joker up into the sky and predicts where people are going to be. It seems extremely tedious. So scrap that. If you want to be as efficient as possible, scrap that and just punch people. That's the best way of doing it, or the fastest way of doing it, in my opinion, 100%. If you do that in kill confirmed, which is where I did a lot of them, not only are you punching them and getting the kill, but you're also picking up the tag right after, which is again going towards your weapon XP. It's just so easy. Yes, it might be more annoying in comparison to, you know, the assault rifles, SMGs, all of that, but it's not as difficult as you might be thinking. Punching people is the way forward with the launchers, without a doubt. Now we know the fastest way to rank all of these guns up when it comes to the specific challenges for each gun in order to get them gold. I do want to say, first off, my main objective was ranking every weapon in each weapon set up to the appropriate level in order for me to start doing all of the challenges, because bear in mind, we're talking about efficiency right here. So a big mistake that a lot of people make is, you know, getting a weapon to a certain level. You know, there's 4 base challenges for most of the normal weapons in the game. A lot of people will unlock the first 2 base challenges and start focusing on the challenges themselves rather than continuing to rank up the weapon to unlock the next base challenges. That's a huge mistake, because whilst leveling your weapon up to get all of the 4 base challenges, you're probably going to complete 2 or 3 of them at least, just naturally ranking the weapon up. So of course, the first base challenge for most of the weapons is get a certain amount of kills. It's probably 50 kills, I believe. And then the next one could be double kills. And then the next one after that could be point blank kills. What a lot of people will do is get to that second one, which is double kills, and start trying to get double kills rather than continuing to focus on ranking up the gun to unlock the final base challenges. And yo, next thing you know, you'll have done the double kills by accident, naturally, whilst ranking ranking the gun up. And then you realize you just wasted time just focusing on double kills when you should have focused on ranking the guns up and just seeing what you had done from the previous challenges after that. That's the best way of doing it. I did it per weapon class, so I would rank up all the assault rifles all the way up until I've got all 4 of the base challenges unlocked, which is typically just 1 level under the max level. I'd get it to that, and then I'd go back, look back at the challenges, see what I need to finish off, and then complete those. It's very simple. Most of the time I'd look back and most of the challenges would be complete anyway. I might have to complete the 3rd or 4th challenge, and that's it. There's a bunch of challenges, however, that people get stuck on. So mounted kills, a lot of people ask me how to get mounted kills as fast as possible. I would suggest putting on a deployable shield so you can place that wherever you want, mount on top of it, and get easy mount kills. I personally didn't even use that method because I just felt comfortable rushing to an area, mounting on a wall, because you can pretty much mount on anything. But most likely the best way is to put down a deployable shield and just mount on top of that wherever you feel comfortable, and you'll be able to get those kills easy. Double kills, I would suggest playing hardpoint once again, because people seem to be clustered a lot on the objective. You'll be able to find multiple people in a similar place, so all you need to really do is fire in that one location, and you should realistically be getting double kills very easily. Prone kills, you can just drop shot and you'll be able to get it done pretty easy. If you're not very comfortable with drop shotting, I would just lie in a particular location. It could be in an objective mode where you know people are running, just lie down somewhere, get as many kills as possible, all that different stuff. Eventually what you lot will get to is the gold camo challenge, which is get 3 kills without dying. I believe you have to do that 10 times for the majority of weapons, and this is where it gets tough for a lot of people, because a lot of people struggle with getting on the streak. 3 kills doesn't sound like a lot to most people, but I guess, you know, people do struggle with that. So what I would suggest is maybe rocking Ghost. Just camp, man. Honestly, it doesn't take too long to do. If you're struggling to get 3 kills in a row, then you're probably not the best at the game, so you gotta like tone it down a little bit by slowing down your gameplay in order to hopefully streak up enough to get those 3 kills. Now, those of you guys that are better at the game, what I was doing was getting those 3 kills and then continuing my streak. So if you get 3 kills and then don't die and get a 6 kill streak, it counts as 2. If you carry on your kill streak over and over again, maybe you're on a 9 kill streak, that would count as 3 towards your 10 free kill streaks that you need for the gold camo. Don't think that you have to die after a 3 kill streak in order to go for the next one. You don't. Carry on your streak for as long as possible, and that's probably the easiest way to do it. If you can carry on your momentum on your streak, bro, hey, you're locked in and you'll get them done in a game or 2. Trust me. Now, I understand that there's a lot of weapons that will be more difficult to do. I think the map you're playing is very important. You have to pick your map to your advantage. So if you see a map that just looks impossible to go on a 3 kill streak, or maybe you're not familiar with it, maybe it's the weapon type that you're using, just back out, just save time and back out of the game and just find a map that you'd feel comfortable doing it on. A lot of people waste time on maps that they know they're not going to get many done, and that just wastes so much time on your grind. You'll notice my win-loss is absolutely terrible. So if I feel like, oh yeah, this lobby's looking slow, this lobby is looking slow for me to get, I don't know, whatever challenge done, then I'm leaving and I'm finding another lobby. If I'm trying to get this as fast as possible, I'm not wasting my time in a lobby that I know it's just not happening in. Swallow your ego and just back out of the game and find a new one. In terms of getting the 2 kill streaks with the melee weapons, the knife and the riot shield, it's fairly easy. Once again, just throw stuns at people on hard points or anything like that, and you'll be able to get done very easily. The launchers 2 kill streaks for the gold camo challenges will be very annoying too. Trust me, it is very annoying. But what I would suggest for that is, once again, just throw in stuns at people. You know, you fire your launcher at first, and if you feel like you need to punch someone, do it. But you should be able to get the double kills with launchers pretty easily too. Don't rely on just the launcher part of it though. You could punch people, but if you sit near a hard point and fire a launcher at it, you'll be able to get double kills or 2 kill streaks very, very easily. And this is where it gets very, very frustrating, and it's the platinum camo challenge, which is the long shot. Now, a lot of people, this is probably the most asked question: how do you get long shots, bro? Because they're so tedious in this game. You would think, and at least I thought this initially, you'd think to play ground war or invasion, because the maps are huge, meaning you should be able to get long shots more often. Maybe I found that to be extremely slow. Like, unfortunately, like the ground war maps are just huge. So whenever you're using, I don't know, an assault rifle, an SMG, mainly SMGs though, to be fair, bro, the long shots are just so chalk. At long ranges, these SMGs just shoot like peas, bro. It's so unfortunate. So when you try to get long range kills, it's the most frustrating thing ever, and most ground war fights are so far away, way further than it needs to be. So that's why you should stick to 6v6 quick play, hop into anything. You can hop into domination, you can hop into hardpoint. I personally chose domination just because it keeps, you know, the enemy spawning on the other side of the map. There's certain maps that you want to stick to 100%. I would suggest Crown Raceway. First of all, that's really good for certain weapons. If you can sit in the middle of the map by the window, mount on the window so your shots are more accurate. If you get them from all the way across the way, that's an easy long shot. Of course, you know, the lanes on either side too. If you're able to kill people from far away down those lanes, easy long shots as well. I would also suggest Embassy, you know, looking down the middle of the map between the two main buildings, you can get long shots right there. Also to the far left of the map, or I guess right, depending on which side you spawn on, the side where the core is. If you stand on one side of the core and beam down to the other spawn, you can get easy long shots too. Iraq is a map a lot of people love too for long shots. The map is just so open and so big to the point where long shots do become very easy to do. You can get a lot of them done on that map too, and probably my favorite was Mercado, bro. Mercado, looking down main mid map, if you could climb up and mount on something, bro, you could get easy beams, because for some reason just people love running into the middle of the map or even just looking down the middle of the map. I would say this map is the shoot house of this game in terms of long shots, because people are just sitting on either side trying to get as many long shots as possible. So if you find this map, take advantage of it. Now, there are other maps, of course, that allow you to be able to get those long shot medals on, but I personally would stick to these ones because it's way easier. Rather than forcing it too much on those other maps, I would just keep trying to find these ones. You also need to build your classes appropriately for these long shots, man. So you want to put on a long scope. It can be any of the very long scopes. It can be the VLK or even higher. Put on a long scope so that you don't have to focus on hitting your shots as much, because if you're using maybe a sniper scope for an SMG, that will help you guys out a lot in order to get long shots from across the map, man. So just adjust your classes appropriately for these challenges. You might want to put on armor piercing rounds. You might want to put on the longest barrel so you have the best bullet velocity. That is so necessary to do. So make sure you customize your class appropriately for the challenges that you're doing. Don't just use the best class setup, you know, in order to do these challenges. You want to change your class so that you can do these challenges a lot more efficient. Also, make sure for the shotguns you're using the slug rounds. You know, the long shots for the shotguns are probably the easiest out of every single weapon in the game, because you can put on the slug rounds. It's a one-shot hit from across the map, and you don't even need them to be across the map. They can be kind of like, I think, less than 20 meters away, and if you're using the slug rounds, you hit them, they die. Easy long shots, so easy. So you get them knocked out fast with the slug rounds, trust me. Now, when it comes to the platinum camo challenges for the melee weapons, again, I think they're very, very easy. It's 2 kills in 10 seconds. First of all, 10 seconds isn't as quick as a lot of you guys think. 10 seconds takes quite a while, I won't lie. If you sit there and count to 10, it's not as fast as you think. So don't panic once you get the first kill. Again, what I would do, play hardpoint, throw a bunch of stuns at people, you know, whether they're on the hard point, whether they're spawning up near the hard point trying to get to it. Just throw a bunch of stuns, put on dead silence maybe, just run at them, bro, and you will just manage to get those 2 kill streaks, you know, in 10 seconds very easily. I feel like a lot of people overthink the 10 seconds part, but it's way longer than you probably think. And then with launches, the platinum camo challenge is destroying streaks. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 15. Now for the lock-on launches, that's very easy. It's not difficult at all. You know, the Joker, very easy to lock onto a streak. You know, the initial launcher that you get, very easy to lock onto a streak. Now there are launches like the RPG and the Strela that don't lock on, and that's where a lot of people struggle. First of all, read the challenge properly, because it says destroy enemy streaks or equipment. You can destroy equipment, bro, so that's very easy. Throw on the perk that highlights the streaks, highlights enemy equipment, even enemy vehicles, and just go find those and destroy them. Now, there are actually ways to destroy, you know, airstreaks with the RPG and with the Strela. You just have to kind of learn how to lead your shot. For me, I found it very easy on Invasion or on Ground War or anything like that. If you just sit there, a streak will come in, whether it's a UAV, counter UAV, all of those. Bear in mind, the easier one to do is the counter UAV, because it's just sat still. All you have to do is aim slightly above it with the Strela or with the RPG directly on it, and you will hit it. It's so easy. It is better to stand underneath it though, and there are ways to hit the UAV too. There were a few times where I hit a normal UAV, but it's very inconsistent. Like, you have to be in the perfect position for it. You have to lead your shot perfectly. I wouldn't risk it, or I wouldn't spend too long on those. I would focus more on counter UAVs, destroying those, enemy equipment too, destroying those very easily. Just listen for the call out enemy UAV or enemy counter UAV and just go for it and see what happens. But when you find out you can destroy equipment, it just becomes 10 times easier. And now we're on the Polyatomic polyatomic challenges. So I feel like this is pretty easy from this point on because all the polyatomic challenges are headshots for the most part with normal weapons. Headshots are just so easy to do. If you want to make it a little bit quicker for yourself, make sure you put on a sight that you feel comfortable aiming at the head with. Some iron sights for certain weapons just aren't the greatest, so maybe get a good red dot sight on, maybe even the VLK. I was using the VLK quite a lot in order to get their headshot, so just throw those on, aim for their head, and you'll be good. It's very easy. All the melee weapons, the polyatomic challenge is getting 10 kills from behind, which sounds interesting because for the most part, or at least the right shield can take 2 hits. So it's like, how am I supposed to hit a guy twice without him turning around? Luckily in this game, you can kind of melee very quickly. So one main thing I would suggest for this one is throwing a stun, not a flash, a stun, because it slows down the enemy. So even if you do hit him once, he still can't turn because they're in slow motion. So if you hit someone with a stun, just run behind them, man. Just run behind them and hit them, and you should be able to do it. It can be quite tedious at times, but that is by far the most efficient way of doing it. You can throw a stun into a hard point and hope for the best, but it might be a little bit better for you to hop into kill confirmed, maybe just because they might not be all grouped up. A lot of the time in like a hard point game mode, a lot of the enemies will be bunched together. So if you go for a behind the back kill, there might be someone behind you now being able to kill you. So, you know, pick the game mode wisely. I was playing kill confirmed and hard point, to be fair. Now also with the combat knives, that's just way easier. Put the right shield on your back first of all, because now you can't really get killed from behind. Run behind them and knife them, and that will be done within a game or 2 max. Where the polyatomic challenges get difficult is when it comes to the launches. The launches require you to get double kills. Now that's pretty easy with the RPG, you know, hard point, hop onto that. It's pretty easy with a Strela, hard point, hop onto that. It gets difficult with the Joker though, because the Joker, you have to fire a launcher all the way up into the air and hope people are right where it's about to land. Again, you can do that in hard point if you really want to, you know, fire it onto a hard point, hope 2 people are right there, which they will be a lot of the time to get an easy kill. Or even headquarters, you know, will have a lot of people trying to capture the HQ, fire it onto there, easy double kill, maybe. However, my method of doing this was, you know, I got a lot of deaths doing this, but it's probably the fastest way. Throw a stun onto the hard point, just run in, punch people. Like, bro, that is the best way of doing it. Just stun people and then punch them all, and you'll be able to get the double kills out of the way pretty quickly. It gets frustrating because you do die quite a lot, but that is probably the most efficient way of doing it in terms of time. As soon as I unlocked the polyatomic challenges, I went straight for the Joker to get that out of the way because I didn't want to stress myself out with it. Just punching people was the way forward. With the other launches that actually allow you to just fire directly at people, I would also suggest planning on shooting one, because if you take time to reload, by the time you fire that second one, it won't count as a double kill. So what I was doing was I would fire one launcher at one person. If I got behind them, maybe, and then punch the second one, rather than wasting time trying to reload, because again, it won't count after that, or even without risking punching both of them because someone might turn around by the time I'm trying to get him. Just fire one launcher to kill one and then punch the other one, and then that will be a double kill too. And then once you get all that annoying stuff done, you have unlocked the Orion camo, and it's pretty much that simple. It's not actually as difficult as people make it out to be. Even with, you know, double weapon XP, it'll be even quicker. A lot of the challenges that people find to be very tedious are not actually that difficult, as long as you set your classes up correctly, as long as you play the correct maps, as long as you back out of the maps that aren't going to be very good for you to get those challenges done. You just have to play for the challenges, and that's exactly what I did, and that's how I got it done as fast as possible, and that's how I get all these camo challenges done every single year. Big tip for you guys to close this one out is totally forget about your KD, totally forget about your stats. Those are out of the window when you're trying to get the camos as fast as possible. Forget about the amount of deaths you get and just worry about how many, you know, stats you're getting towards your camo challenges. That's all you need to worry about. When I'm going for these camos, I don't care about my KD or how my stats are looking, bro. That is the least of my worries. I could have a 0.05 KD for all I care. Also, a huge tip that a lot of people probably, I don't know if anyone takes this into account, but abuse skill-based matchmaking. And when I say this is in the most legit way possible. And the way you abuse skill-based matchmaking is by, let's say you're focused on a weapon that is going to get you a lot of deaths. Let's say you're focusing on the javelin, for example. You're trying to get double kills or melee kills with the javelin in order to get some of the camos done. Whilst doing this, your stats are going down and down and down and down, meaning you're next few lobbies, or the lobbies that you get whilst, you know, doing those challenges or afterwards, are going to be a lot less sweaty than they are when you're going for, I don't know, an assault rifle challenge, because of course you're going to be getting a lot more kills. Your KD is probably going to be a lot higher than it is when you're going for the launcher camos. So keep that in mind and use those next lobbies that you're about to get to your advantage. So you guys saw when I was getting nukes when I was going for the camo challenges, that's because just before that I was probably going for, I don't know, a launcher challenge, and it was ruining my stats and it was ruining my lobbies, making me get noobier lobbies. So when you know you're probably going to get into less sweaty lobbies, get rid of those difficult guns. If you know you've been focused on a weapon that has made your stats go down dramatically, I don't know, do the javelin and punch people for the next game. I don't know. Use the lobbies and your KD and your stats from the previous games to your advantage, and you'll be able to knock out those ones easy. The worst thing you could do is focus on an assault rifle challenge, whether it's the gold challenge to go on long streaks. Let's say you're doing that, and then after that, you go for the javelin double kills. That is the worst thing you could do. And that's my secret that I'll let you guys in on. Just pay attention to the lobbies that you're getting in and use them to your advantage. But yeah, man, hopefully this helped you guys out. This was long anticipated for sure. That's how I got these camos as fast as possible within 3 days of time played on Modern Warfare 2. I really do hope this helps you guys out. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any other tips. I'm sure that will help other people trying to go on this journey of getting Orion. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.